War rages across the mortal realms. New alliances are formed while others lie shattered, and the dominant powers ever seek their next conquest. While this and countless other battles rage on, one fact is becoming clear. The season of war has begun. This video is brought to you by the support of our channel members and our FLGS partner, Warpfire Minis. Baron of Dice is the exclusive dice supplier for Season of War. Take a look through their incredible designs or even get your own custom dice made.
Hello and welcome to Season of War. Today we are excited to bring you another game of Age of Sigmar. My name's Jordan. I'm joined by Jake tonight and I'm excited for this game, Jake. We've got two of our favorite armies.
Yes, sir. And we kind of swapped.
Yes.
We've got your favorite army-ish and my favorite army-ish.
Yep, playing by the opposite player, so
Yep.
looking at things from a different perspective today.
Yeah, always good to get outside the box and see it from the other person's point of view.
Yeah, and diving right into things, the mission we're playing today is Scorched Earth. So we've got 8 objectives on the table. It's hold 1, hold 2, hold more for scoring. You get 2 points for each of those. So the traditional points, and then your 4 points for your battle tactic every turn.
Yep.
And then the twist for this mission is that from the second battle round on, you can burn objectives that you control and contest wholly within enemy territory. And the underdog has the ability to pick one of their objectives and subtract 5 from the control score of enemy units contesting it, so maybe help to hold on to some of your objectives.
Yep.
But that's the mission, so Jake, do you want to take us through your list first?
Absolutely. I am back in green. It's been a while since I've had Sylvaneth on the channel. Over a year, maybe 2 years. A long time ago.
Yep.
But my boys are back. We are playing Outcast today, which is the only Sylvaneth subfaction that mostly does anything. So if you're in combat with me, you are -3 to your control score. We've got a pretty formulaic list. It's a 4-drop list. So opting for the high drops here. Leading my army, we have Belthanos. You know him, we love him. Makes everybody run in charge. For the damage, we've got 6 bows. I know they've got swords, but we're playing them as bows. We've got 6 sides. These are the Kurnoth that are very good defensively. They get better if they fight things that have charged. So it seems a little bit weird to take a unit that is better when it gets charged. However, they have a friend named the Branch Witch who's hiding behind my Warsong Revenant. In the enemy combat phase on a 3-up, she gives them the chance to strike first. So potentially a very deadly unit that can flip some combats. We've got 5 Tree Revenants over here who are just going to do what they've always done, teleport around and make your opponent waste time chasing them. We have the Warsong Revenant. He's a great toolbox character. He's got 2 really unique effects. One is he's got a passive +1 to unbind ability, which is very rare in the game now. And he's also got another rare ability, which is he reduces ward saves by 1 within 12 of them. So 5-ups become 6-ups, 6-ups become nothing. Over on the left hand here, we have 3 Revenant Seekers. Ordinarily, I'd love to have them closer to my castle, but because we're playing 10 billion objectives, I have no choice but to spread out. And over here, you'll see nothing. I've left this objective conspicuously absent in hopes that Jordan will take first and put Callus and Toll right there. Speaking of which, if you look to your left, you'll notice 2 matching sets of Callus and Toll. Rounding out my list are the Saviors of Cinderfall, Regiment of Renown, which just gives me a better version of your Callus and Toll.
It's sad.
It's very sad. And so that is my list of 2,000 points of Sylvaneth.
Nice. Well, again, facing off against them, I'm playing the Cities of Sigmar, and leading my force is Talia Vedra, so the first time we've had her on the channel in the new edition, and I like her a little bit more this edition.
Like too.
And then in her regiment, I have a couple reinforced units. The first is a unit of 10 Cavaliers, and then I have a unit of 20 Fusiliers here. Obviously, both of the units of Fusiliers are proxied by Iron Drakes today.
Shorter than normal.
Yes, but they are humans, I promise you. And we also have a Command Corps unit in her regiment as well. So those 3 units with her. Obviously the Command Corps here, there's a special reason they're here, and that's kind of highlighted by my 2 units of 20 Fusiliers.
What could it be?
Yep. In the next regiment, with those 20 Fusiliers, it's led by my Alchemite Warforger and also has the Fusiliers as well as 2 units of 10 Steel Helms. Then I have a last regiment with Callus and Toll, as you alluded to, and Toll's companions, as well as a unit of Wilder Corpse Hunters, which we'll get to do a pre-game move. We'll just do it after the introduction here. And then with only one wizard, I took the Incarnate for my manifestation. It's the most effective single cast one, and we'll see if it happens or if I can get it out, but it can make for a big swing at times.
I don't know if you've heard of this or not yet. It's a little underground, but I've taken something called Morbid Conjuration. Heard of it?
Yeah.
It's a little, hasn't hit the big time yet, but in a couple weeks, guys, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's not bad, and some parts of it do blow up. And then for the seasonal rules, I will give the 20 Fusiliers that are in my General's Regiment the priority target ability, so that they'll get +1 hit and wound against units in your General's Regiment.
I will do the same thing, because I want my shooting unit to have +1 hit and wound for narrative reasons.
Yes, makes sense. And yeah, with that, Jake, I did outdrop you. I had 3 regiments to your 4, so I will have choice of who goes first. And much to your chagrin, I'm sure, I'm going to give away first turn.
Oh!
And we're going to jump into Sylvaneth, turn 1. All right, and I'll start with my pre-game move. And there we go, Jake, over to you.
They are in the woods, eh? All right. So we are starting my turn, deliberation of a first turn battle tactic. So I think this turn we might go for take their land. Once per game, Balthanos is gonna choose this house. It's covered in vines now. I can teleport to and from it as if it was a wood. Going now to do some casting. The Warsong Revenant has the Spellsinger command trait, and she is going to cast the Purple Sun with a +1. Hey!
You got it.
Off to a good start. We are now gonna go for the Gravetide from the Branch Witch. No, certainly not. Last spell, we are gonna try to set up a tree, I believe. Yes. And we are now going to the Sylvaneth movement phase, unless.
Yes.
Unless.
Well, we are going to spend a command point here. Hopefully we get another manifestation out with the Warforger trying to cast the Incarnate. I'll be looking for a natural 9 here on the dice. We did a 7, so not quite.
Okay, it's my movement phase.
The Kurnoth hunters with scythes use at the double to auto-run 6 inches and head into the woods for cover.
That is my movement phase. All right, so Jordan has elected not to redeploy. He is gonna stand proud in the face of this bowfire.
When the Kurnoth with bows open fire, they target the Steelhelms and take down 6. Holding back and taking cover, the Sylvaneth test their foes' defenses from a distance, not ready to take the full brunt of their firepower.
And that is it, really. So that was an eventful first turn. I killed a grand total of 6 Steelhelms. I'll score 8 points. Noticeably, I just kind of used turn to get set up, establish a death pit over here.
Yes.
My own forested castle. So I've made a strong side, Jordan has a strong side, and now we're gonna have to see what tact he takes.
Yeah, and I don't think there's gonna be much opportunity for me to leverage my shooting necessarily. Not quite as mobile as yours, but I similarly kind of want to get set up into a castle and similarly hope to entice you in closer. But I guess we can just jump into Cities of Sigmar, turn 1. All right, for Cities of Sigmar, turn 1, I've seen Jake have this great strategic turn, so I'm just gonna copy what he did and do take their land on this turning piece over here. So opposite piece. So then I'm just gonna jump into my hero phase, and it is pretty quick here. I'm gonna start off with the Ultimate Warforger. He's gonna use his Runic Crucible to try and give +1 save to my Cavaliers.
Nice. Hey.
He will do that. And then for spellcasting, I don't really have anything that feels too critical right now, so I'm gonna try and cast the Incarnate.
Here we go.
Natural 8 this time.
No.
We fail it. But worth the try, and that's gonna be it for my hero phase. So then we will just jump into movement, and just as Jake did, I'm gonna deep strike Callus and Toll to come over and take this terrain piece.
Copycat.
But they will also take the objective. And my Steelhelms here in the movement phase are actually going to try and consecrate this objective because they do control it and contest it. So on a 3-up, they get a 5-up ward save. Next, I'm going to use at the double with my front unit of Fusiliers so they can run 6 extra inches. And then Talia is going to use Advance in Formation and issue that, I guess, to herself and the Steel Helm, sorry, the Cavaliers. And that's going to be it for my movement phase, Jake.
I am going to elect to spend a CP to redeploy. And I am going to try to redeploy Toll's companions. Getting a 4. Let's see if that's enough. All right, so we got a fortuitous roll, getting Toll's companions onto that objective.
I don't like it, because I was hoping to take a lead here. But I will then jump into shooting and shoot with Callus and Toll at your Revenant Seekers.
Yep.
And I might as well use all-out attack here.
Sounds good. I will elect to use all-out defense.
When Callus and Toll fire, they deal just 1 damage to the Seekers, though they'll heal back to full at the end of the turn.
All right, Jake, do your worst.
If you insist, with my final CP, I will release a great volley from my broccoli boys. 13 shots on 4s and 3s. Ooh, 3 at -1, please, Jordan.
And Sigmar had faith, blessed us with the ward save, so
he did.
Let's make some saves here. We saved 1 of them.
You'll take 4.
All right, we got 5 at ward.
We
gotta make 3 of these.
I'd love to see it.
Come on, Sigmar. No, he abandoned us. And the Steel Helms go down.
Trying to stay a safe distance away from the vengeful tree spirits, the cities of Sigmar maintain their defensive formation, but do lose a little ground on their western flank.
All right, so that's gonna be it for my turn here with Cities of Sigmar. Disappointing because the turn of events here of you redeploying onto the objective and then covering fire and shooting me off meant I no longer hold more, so we're just tied on objectives. So we'll have 8 points each going into the next round.
Yep.
There's not really much I could have done to prevent that. I could have not been on the objective, and then you just redeploy. You don't have to cover and fire.
Or you go forward and then I countercharge you.
Yes. So there's not a lot of options I had there to hold on to that, outside of, again, committing resources that I similarly don't want to commit in front of your big castle.
Yep.
And that'll set us into priority for round 2.
Yay.
That's a 2 for cities. And
that's a 5 for Sylvaneth. So with that prio, I took some time to deliberate, consulted with the great trees. I'm going to give it to you here.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Then I guess we'll just jump into Cities of Sigmar, turn 2. All right, so this turn, my battle tactic is going to be seize the center. It gets a little danger close, but it'll hopefully draw you out, if anything. And then in the hero phase, the Warforger is going to use his Runic Crucible to try and give the Steel Helms, sorry, the Cavaliers, a +1 to save again.
Oh, that's big.
That's unfortunate.
That is big.
But then I will, again, just try to cast an Incarnate.
You could not.
Oh,
Hey!
I could not, yeah. So that's failed 0 for 3 right now, and that's it for my hero phase. All right, let's jump into movement now. Callus and Toll will then use Advance in Formation, and they'll issue it to the Wilder Corpse Hunters to give them a 3-inch move, and then they're going to combine it with their 5-inch move to move 8. And then because they're a human unit, I can issue that twice, and I'll give it to the companions as well. All right, Jake, that's going to be it for my movement.
All right, I'm going to elect to redeploy. I'm going to do a cheeky redeploy on the bows.
All right, then let's get into some shooting. I ran one of my units of Fusiliers, but the unit that stayed stationary is completely in range of your Seekers. So we're going to start with our shooting there. And I will issue them all-out attack from the Warforger, which, because he's the Master Ballistics, will also give them +1 to wound.
When the Fusiliers open fire, they deal 10 damage to the Seekers, taking down 2. Using all their tricks and hidden paths, the Sylvaneth infiltrate and steal control of an enemy objective, allowing them to keep pace and raises the stakes of the battle.
And then that's going to be it for my turn here, Jake. I successfully did what I didn't do last turn, which is hold more objectives.
Yes.
So I will score my battle tactic of seize the center. And get the 6 points for primary, so a 10-point turn here. So Again, now you have to start. One of us is going to have to start doing things eventually. Otherwise, again, all things equal, I have the slight advantage right now. But I am unfortunately disappointed to have not finished out that last seeker because he can make my life annoying as well.
He will try.
But that's going to be it for me, Jake, and we can see what happens next as we jump into Sylvaneth turn 2.
Okay, let's go for a slightly... Now, all the battle tactics at this junction will require some element of risk. So I'm going to try to take back 2 objectives that belong to you. Attack on 2 fronts. All right, hero phase. We are just going to start casting.
The War Song Revenant casts Tree Song to summon a Wildwood, then fails to cast the Suffocating Gravetide. The Branch Witch then attempts to cast the Dwellers Below, but also fails.
All right, good talk. Jordan, would you like to try and get your Cron Spine out again?
You know it. 4th time's the charm is what they always say.
Okay.
So looking for a natural 9 here.
And
That's a miscast. And I suffered 2 mortals.
Love to see that.
Couldn't go any better. And then also in your turn, the Free Guild Command Corps is going to use their Free Guild Adjutant ability on the unit of one of the units of Fusiliers.
Nasty.
Which allows me to use certain commands like Cover and Fire with 2 units.
You would never do that, though.
Not likely.
I don't think so. All right, going on to my movement phase now.
The Tree Revenants start things off by teleporting to steal an enemy objective. How did you not see that coming, Jordan? You've played Sylvaneth for like 10 years.
That is my movement phase.
I think because of the lack of targets you gave me, I am going to spend a command point here and redeploy with Callous and Toll for a 5.
Good.
That'll do a little bit.
Okay, going to my shooting phase now. We are going to loose a barrage of arrows into Talia Vedra.
I'm going to use actually my last CP here for all-out defense.
Sounds good. This will be 2s and 2s, priority target, anti-hero Ren 2. You'll have 11 at neg 2.
Ouch. So we'll be on a 5-up save here.
Yes, sir.
And Sigmar protects.
Oh, baby.
Only 4 go through.
How is this allowed? 8 damage, sir.
So for her ward save, only 1/6 this time, but I'll have to be content with that and take 7 damage.
Using all their tricks and hidden paths, the Sylvaneth infiltrate and steal control of an enemy objective, allowing them to keep pace and raises the stakes of the battle.
I think, Jordan, I will just stop it there. Another bloodless turn. I'll take my 10 points, but I'm going to do what you didn't have the guts to do. I'm going to burn that objective.
Okay, yeah, I can totally understand why. Getting rid of an objective in my territory definitely puts the onus on me to come forward a little bit. And then I guess, Jake, we can look at priority for round 3.
Absolutely. Ba-doom. I have a 1.
That's a 4.
You can choose.
All right, and with some deliberation, I think I am going to take the turn here. I'm not going to leverage a lot, but I think I'll just be able to put myself in a slightly better position.
Yep, I agree.
So we'll go into Cities Sigmar turn 3. All right, so my battle tactic this turn is going to be Slay the Tyrants, and I'm going to target your Branch Wraith, who I have to kill this turn.
Please don't.
And then we'll go with the Warforger, who's going to use his Runic Crucible to give my Cavaliers +1 to save. Cocked!
Caught!
No! Dang, that changes things a little bit. And then I think I'm just going to try and cast the Incarnate.
Surely this time.
Eventually. Yay!
But hold on, though. Boxcars. No, okay.
All right. So that's going to pop out over here.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend a CP to rally Talia.
Sounds good.
She heals 4. All right, and then into movement.
Yep.
The Warforger is going to issue Advance in Formation to 1 unit of Fusiliers and my Cavaliers. Talia is then going to issue Advance in Formation as well, and she can basically do 4 units here.
4 units,
so first it'll be the Fusiliers, then the Warforger, the Wilder Corpse Hunters, and herself.
Don't forget you can get access to 4 extra battle reports every month by supporting the channel through our YouTube membership. Hit the join button below the video to learn more.
All right, I'm actually going to start here with Callus and Toll shooting at your Seeker.
The fly, yep.
Callus and Toll deal 2 damage when they fire at the Revenant Seeker, then the Fusiliers finish it off.
And then the last unit of Iron Fusiliers is going to use all-out attack from the Master of Ballistics and shoot at the Tree Revenants.
Yep.
Unleashing a barrage of hot metal, the Fusiliers easily take down the 5 Tree Revenants.
And then that's going to be it for my shooting phase.
I am going to counterfire your Cavaliers.
All right.
And I believe they are in the General's Regiment.
Yes, sir.
So I will have my bonuses active for this. 8 at neg 1, please.
So they'll be on 4s.
Yep.
3 are going to go through.
6 damage, so 2 Cavaliers.
And then we'll head into the charge phase and go with the Cavaliers.
Yep.
For an 8.
8 is good.
And then after the Cavaliers charge, they'll do Impact Mortals and just do 3.
Okay.
So they'll have to finish her off in combat.
And unsurprisingly, the Cavaliers do indeed manage to take out the Branch Witch when they fight. Starting to break out of their castle formation, the cities of Sigmar take down an exposed enemy hero, but may have overextended to compensate for their previous mistakes.
All right, Jake, that's going to be it for my turn. The burning of my objective really kind of put me in a bind.
Yep.
Now, I would have had to come take an objective anyways to get hold more, so not ideal, but not the end of the world in this turn. May come back bigger later. But then I mostly wanted to kind of reduce your ability to score certain battle tactics.
Yep.
So Reclaim the Realms being one of them. You were perfectly set up for it. So taking the turn and taking down those units makes that much tougher for you.
Impossible, some would say.
Yeah, well, no, at least for the foreseeable future or current situation. And then, yeah, just did that with shooting. Obviously, I'm not leveraging a ton here, but hoping now you're going to potentially have to start coming out of the castle.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Now it's my time.
Yeah, so with that, yeah, we'll jump into Sylvaneth, turn 3.
So I've reviewed this battle tactic card, this handy card. I really have 2 options. I can try to seize the center, but it requires me to place a second unit there that I don't want to. So I'm going to go for Do Not Waver. All right, going to casting and stuff and junk.
The Warsong Revenant casts the Suffocating Gravetide, then deals 2 mortal damage to the Cavaliers with Dwellers below.
And then my Command Corps will again use their Adjutant to on one of my units of Fusiliers, so potentially they can both use covering fire.
All right, I'll go to my movement.
Wanting to close ground to their prey, the Kurnoth Hunters use At the Double to automatically run 6 inches.
So I'm going to elect not to fire with the whole Kurnoth unit. The reason why I'm doing this is because if I kill too many, Jordan will pull the front rank and make my charge hard and endanger my battle tactic. So I just need to play it safe. It's on 2s and 2s. 3 and neg 1.
So the Cavaliers will be on a 4-up. They'll save 2, take 2 damage, which means you do kill 1. And then at the end of your shooting phase, I am going to spend a command point for covering fire, and then I'm just going to spend another command point for covering fire.
I don't like this at all.
I can, so I have to use it at least once in this game.
Yeah.
But obviously both of the units of Fusiliers are to be shooting at Belthanos.
Yep.
So 40 shots on 5s and 4s. Yep. So 4 damage from the first unit, and then the next unit of Fusiliers. So it'll be 12 at Rend 1.
That's very good. 4s. 9? 13? Almost dead? Oh no, Beltham at 1 wound.
I don't mind it. Would have liked one more.
I don't like this. Going to a charge phase, we are going to charge the Scythe Kurnoths. 4 is enough. We will go with the Companions. 6. So because Jordan did the big double covering fire shooting gallery and put Belthanos on literally 1 wound, I can't safely charge him anymore. Luckily, I made 2 charges over there to try to salvage my battle tactic,
yeah.
leaving Belthanos out to dry, but I I knew the risk I was taking. I had no other battle tactic to call. So we're gonna go combat over there. Start with the Kurnoth Scythe.
The Kurnoth Hunters use all-out attack when they strike, dealing 15 damage to take down 5 Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers will then fight back into the Kurnoth, and they do no damage.
Lastly, Toll's companions pile in and take down another Cavalier.
At the end of my turn, Balthanos will heal D3 next to the terrain that he turned into a fake wildwood for 2.
Crippling their enemy's cavalry, but risking the life of Balthanos, the cities of Sigmar keep pace with their foe. But the greater battle still teeters on a knife's edge.
How to summarize this turn? Really close. So again, I'm sure to the viewer I look very stupid, like why did you put Balthanos there, right? But either battle tactic I was gonna go for, I was gonna have to eat that covering fire.
Yeah.
Now the reason I went here instead of in the middle is because Jordan has been explicitly putting his units 6.5 inches away from terrain. So what I was really worried about is if I'd put Balthanos here, he would have redeployed the Wilder Corps backwards, so it would be impossible to teleport away, and then I get covering fired. So it's really the same either way. Going this way, I just made it so he couldn't get the
Redeploy was less of a
redeploy.
factor.
Correct. But either way, I had nothing that could soak that I wanted to sacrifice. And so, yes, Balthanos will die, but I have kind of traded him out for Cavaliers.
Yeah.
So I don't want to call it even, but it's better than nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. But either way, I've scrounged up a 10-point turn. From this point, battle tactics get quite hard for both of us. And so I think we'll roll off for turn 4.
Yeah, priority into round 4.
Yep.
That's a 3.
I have a 2.
Let's keep the turn order the same as a quick decision, and we'll jump into Cities of Sigmar turn 4. Okay, so I have a pretty good battle tactic this turn, which is going to be Slay the Entourage, and I'm going to obviously try to take down Balthanos here.
Sounds good.
And then my Warforger is going to try and cast Speed of the Twin-Tailed Comet
Nice.
on Talia, and we'll get that off on an 8.
Let's see if I'm even in range to unbind. Oh, no. You're good.
Okay, and we'll get that off, so she'll have a 3d6 charge this turn.
Excellent.
The Warforger will then try and use his Runic Crucible on her as well.
That's good.
And we get it.
Nice.
And I do think that'll be it for my hero phase.
I'm going to do a rally on Balthanos for 4-ups. 4 back, 7 wounds remaining. At that point, I'm probably not going to cast because I need CP. So I will not cast. I've done my rally, and you go to your movement.
I'm going to move Talia, and then she's going to use Advance in Formation, and with it duplicating and then duplicating again because I target human units.
Yep, 4.
She's going to have to choose 4. She's going to choose both units of Fusiliers and herself,
Yep.
as well as the Warforger, I guess.
Nice.
But we'll do herself first.
Sounds good.
And that's it for my movement phase. And then I'm going to start off shooting with my unit of Fusiliers over here. My Warforger is going to use all their attack, Master Ballistics,
Yep,
gives them +1 to wound as well. And they'll land 11 shots at Rend 1.
5-ups. And now looking for 6s. Killing exactly a Kurnoth cleanly.
The Wilder Corps hunters then shoot at the Wildwood, but only deal 2 damage to it.
And then I have 6 Fusiliers in range of the Wildwood as well.
Yep.
So they're going to shoot at it also. Not shooting at Balthanos because I want to keep him alive for now.
Yep.
So that's going to be 4 more at Rend 1.
5s. All right, half health.
All right, into charges then.
Yep.
We'll go with Talia first, and she's got a 3d6 charge
36. Big dice.
for a 10.
Yep.
And then I'll charge Toll's Companions.
Yep.
For a 10, they're
Let's
in there
go.
as well. And then I'm actually not going to charge the Kronspine here. And then Callus and Toll will use Strike Them Down on Talia to give her an extra attack here in combat.
Nice.
Balthanos repositions using his Rampage Rhythm of the Chase, also dealing 1 mortal damage to Thalia in the process.
And then I'll use all that attack here with Talia and
All defense.
yeah, everything into Balthanos.
Yep.
So we'll start off with her Weapon of Office
Yep.
on 2s.
4s.
And we'll get 3 at Rend 1.
3-ups. 2 damage goes through so far, down to 5 left.
And then the Mount's Jaws on 2s. And 2s for Rend 3.
5 ups. Nope.
3 damage there.
Yep.
And the stinger on 3s and 2s. Rend 3.
5 up. No.
D3 plus 3 for 4 more.
I die.
We got
We got him.
The Kurnoth hunters then finish off the remaining cavalier. Felling Belthanos and starting to unleash their firepower, the cities of Sigmar hold the line, daring the tree folk to come test them at short range again.
All right, so that's going to be it for my turn here. I will drop 2 points because I don't hold more objectives than you, but I do store hold 1 and hold 2, as well as my battle tactic for 8 points here. It was a bit of a conservative turn. I could have like thrown Talia into the middle, shot off Belthanos, and tried to get rid of the woods and tie them up, but like still I wasn't also going to be able to deal with the scythes, and then that opened up Slay the Entourage for you. So I'm sitting in a position where I'm trying to put you in a tougher spot for tactics over the course of the game.
Absolutely.
Though they're going to be getting tough for both of us. So I was, again, lucky here to get so many wounds on Belthanos and have him stuck where that gave me an easier tactic. But lots can change pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and we got
Kurnoth.
a lot of Kurnoth left. So that'll just see us head into Sylvaneth turn 4.
Okay, so we are going to go for Slay the Entourage. I'm going to try to kill Talia Vedra.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Casting.
The Warsong Revenant casts the Soul Snare Shackles, which deals just 1 mortal damage to Toll's companions.
And then I will spend a command point at the end of your turn to rally Talia.
Yep.
And she'll heal 2 more wounds.
Okay, Jordan, would you like to do anything?
No, I'm going to save that last CP for now.
All right. Speaking of that, I will go to my shooting phase. Let's just get the decisive go, right? Let's get it done.
Yep.
All the bows, Talia.
All right, and here's the time to use all out defense.
The Kurnoth hunters slip 7 shots through Thalia's armor and put all the pressure on her ward save.
So I need to save 2 of these wards here right now. She could still die later.
Yep.
She saves 2.
Okay, 1 wound remaining. Grave Tide gives me a chance to finish her.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing there.
I'm gonna charge the Purple Sun. Nope, I'm gonna charge the Scythe Kurnoths. We are gonna obviously elect to fight first with the Grave Tide. 2s. 4 neg 1.
All right, so 4 ups here. Oh, we only
3.
save 1.
Not
Been
sixes.
below average on my saves this
Not
turn.
6s.
I take 2 damage and Talia goes down.
The Kurnoth hunters then use all-out defense, and the Wildercorp hunters deal 1 damage, then fall to their retaliation. Finishing things off, Toll's companions deal 3 damage to the Suffocating Gravetide, and the Steelhelms deal 2 to the Soul Snare Shackles. Doing all they could to execute their plan, the Sylvaneth scrape through by the skin of their bark, going all in and felling the enemy general.
Well, that was kind of super close.
Yeah.
You were saying you would have felt a lot more comfortable being up 2 going into the final round with a combination of the bows and the Gravetide, little known, and the spell known as the Gravetide.
Yeah.
We just got there on Talia. And so we've squeaked out 1 more 10-point turn to be up by 2 going into round 5.
Yes, which again, that battle tactic, as we talked about, is very failable in that situation, right? It was basically came down to if I had rolled 50% on my 4-up saves, she lives with a couple wounds, but here, sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Doesn't go your way. When the bows, when they bow, they bow.
Yep.
They
but
certainly do.
Yeah, the Ren 2 anti-hero is great.
Yep. Turn 5
so yeah, 2-point lead for you going into the final round in priority.
See, 5 and a 5.
It's a tie, and
You win ties.
I do win ties. I think we just take the turn here and jump into Cities of Sigmar turn 5. All right, so my battle tactic this turn is to be do not waver, so I have to fight with 2 units and have none of mine slain. And into the hero phase, I'm going to, I guess, use my Runic Crucible on my command core, which I succeed on. Then I'm going to try and cast Cinder Cloud On an 11.
Yikes! Don't like that. I am within 30 though.
Yeah.
Easiest boxcars of my life.
Oh, not today. So we are going to make your Kurnoth Hunters -1 attack.
Yucky.
And that is going to be it for my hero phase.
I am going to pop my shackles. So on Toll's companions, 2 mortal wounds and they're -2 to their move. 1 mortal
Take
wound.
1.
And steel helms, 3 mortal wounds, -3 to move.
And then I'm going to get into the movement phase.
Awesome.
I'm going to run the Warforger
Sure.
for 2, so he's going 7.
Yep.
And then he's going to use advancing formation on this unit of Fusiliers.
Yep.
And that's going to be it for my movement. And then into shooting.
Yep.
We're going to start off with this unit of Steel Helms firing at your Kurnoth Hunters.
The Fusiliers, not steel helms, open fire and deal 9 damage, which takes down 2 Kurnoth Hunters.
And then I'm out of Master of Ballistics range, but I am going to do all-out attack on the other unit of Fusiliers.
Sure.
Into the Kurnoth Hunters again.
Sounds good.
The second unit of Fusiliers deals 8 more wounds and kills another Kurnoth. Then Callus and Toll chip in 1 more damage.
And that's it for my shooting phase.
I'm going to counter shoot.
All right, I am going to make that cost 2 CP for you with my Command Corps Spy Master.
9.
Protected by the Runic Crucible, the Free Guild Command Corps only suffer 2 wounds when the Kurnoth Hunters return fire.
And then we're into the charge phase. I'll actually just start with the Incarnate here, looking for something massive.
Yeah.
A 9. And that's just enough to squeeze in there.
Hell yeah. Finally, he's in combat for 5 turns.
Yeah. And then we'll charge the Fusiliers.
Yep.
For a 5. And then I'll charge with Callus and Toll.
There they go.
For an 8.
In.
And then we'll roll for the Command Corps.
Yeah.
For a 6, we'll not get them over the Incarnate.
Sounds good.
And then starting off combat, we're obviously going to go with the Incarnate and put its attacks all into the Kurnoth Hunters.
Yeah, so at the start of the combat phase, I'll do just my Bramblethorn ticket on you.
yeah.
So I'll just pick him. 3 ups, 2 mortals. Incarnate takes 1.
So the Incarnate going into the Kurnoth will be 3 at run 2.
6 is... No. 9 damage?
9 damage, yep.
Thanks to the Warsong Revenant, the Kurnoth will have a 6-up ward save, which gives them a glimmer of hope to survive.
Oh!
Spikes it.
Spikes it! Thank
So we live 1 on 1 wound.
1 on 1 wound. Amazing. All that's worth.
Next, Callus and Toll use all-out defense when the suffocating Gravetide attacks, and they only suffer 1 damage. Toll's companions then take out the Gravetide, the Kurnoth deals 2 damage to the Incarnate, and the Steel Helms deal 2 damage to the Soul Snare Shackles.
And then I'll go with Callus and Toll, and they're just going to pile in to tag the Kurnoth bows at 3 inches.
Sounds good.
Callus and Toll fail to deal any damage, then the Kurnoth deal 2 wounds to the heroes.
All right, so that's it for my turn here.
Yes.
It was
Brutal.
a tight one.
Bloody.
There was a potential to score 10 points here.
Yep.
By taking one of the other objectives. I would have to advancing formation and auto advance or auto run 6 at the double. But here it took the shooting unit out, and I really needed them to pump into the Kurnoth. As we saw, that was very critical for securing the middle to try and deny the battle tactic of seize the center. And obviously, with the Steel Helms, they could have easily gotten shot off, and that's been irrelevant. Because there was no way I could get any other unit closer for the covering fire.
Absolutely.
I could have made it cost 2 CP, but you still would have spent it.
Absolutely.
So then I was just trying to do everything I can to deny seize the center and hope there's nothing else you can do in its place. But again, we charged it, tied up the Kurnoth with bows. You decided not to strike and fade.
Yep.
So they won't be able to shoot next turn.
I had a reason for it.
Okay, well, that will see me score 8 points because I do that hold 1, hold 2, and my battle tactic.
Yep.
So with that, we'll head into the bottom of round 5 and Sylvaneth turn 5.
All right, so this turn is going to be Slay the Tyrants. Callus and Toll, you guys are tyrants. I want you dead.
Okay, yeah, kill a hero.
Kill a hero.
And one of them has 3 wounds on them.
Oh, can I do it? Let's find out. So in this turn, you know, I could do spells, I can move things around, but Jordan can't get onto my objectives. The only thing that matters is this battle
combat.
tactic.
Yeah.
I can't shoot him, I can't fit anyone else in there, just the purple sun for the -1 save. He's gonna all defense, have a 5 up board. I'm gonna attack with as many Kurnoth as I can fit, and we're just gonna let the dice decide.
Yes, sir, let's go for it. And the only thing I would be able to do is spend a command point here to try and cast Cinder Cloud with magical intervention.
Yep.
And I'd be looking for an 8 on the dice.
Yes.
And we get it, so
I can try to unbind.
Yes.
No.
No, so it would make the Kurnoth Hunters -1 attack.
Oh boy, this got spicy. So we're doing all-out attack to get +1 to hit.
And I'll go for all-out defense as well as hold the line for their order to give me both the +1 to save and a 5 aboard save.
Yep, sounds right. Oh, 2s and 3s. 5, -1.
So that puts me back to their 4 up save.
Yep.
And I'll have the 5 aboard after. You have to do 2 wounds here.
Yep.
I save 3.
Oh god.
2 damage.
It's gonna come down to this.
I need to make 1 5 aboard
That's
save.
so stupid.
We
No!
So one of the heroes here dies.
A single
and
wound.
you don't need to slay a unit, you need to slay a hero.
Yeah, it just says here slay an enemy hero, and they have the keyword, so I would assume this is fine. If not, I'm sorry, I cheated.
We couldn't find anything about hero units if there's anything different in that regard, but they definitely have the hero keyword. So
yeah, I feel like you used to be able to do remember in the monster pack, you used to be able to kill 1 storm drake to get the kill a monster.
Yep.
Seems fine. Yeah, either way.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of things. If it's like infantry, it would say an infantry unit,
Sure.
but because here it just says a hero
keyword,
not a hero unit. That'll be the battle tactic completed, which will pull it ahead 4 points for Sylvaneth in the bottom of round 5.
Wow, what if? I'm speechless. I was telling Jordan, we were both here to kind of have fun, swap armies, play the other person's army. And he even said you said before the game, there's no way this is gonna be a quick game. There's too many guns. It's not gonna go past round 3. Yeah. But this turned into the most nail biting, back and forth, right down to turn 5.
Yeah.
Literally came down to 2 dice, 2 ward rolls.
Yes. 2 chances at a 5 up.
Bonkers. Yeah.
And even denying one tactic, but another one at a long shot chance opens up, right? So it was trying to do every little thing we could here, which is the fun, I think, part of this edition when you have games like this.
If this game says anything, it's about how interactive this edition is.
Yeah.
If from turn 1, I was screwing you over, you were screwing me over. There was never a turn where all of our plans went right.
Yeah.
Someone always got, which is awesome. It really speaks to how good the rule set can be. Once, sure, some things to buffer out. I have a hunch this thing might be a little too strong.
Morbid Conjuration is good.
A little good, as we found out.
Incarnate's not bad either.
Incarnate's not bad either. And it's really made me enthusiastic to play more 4th, just seeing what a game we had.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. Looking back at it, there were obviously lots of big moments either way, little swings. Talia going down was a big one, but I think the only things I'm regretting from a city's perspective is not rallying those steel helms round
over
1.
There.
Again, that could have been the difference of holding on to that objective and scoring 2 more points. Now, in this situation, it wouldn't have mattered. It still would have been a minor loss.
Sure.
But then also giving you the teleport to this objective back here. It didn't cost me points necessarily, but it gave you hold more for maybe an extra turn or 2 of 2 or 4 points.
Yep, that makes sense. From my side, the one play I regret a little bit now in hindsight is where I put Belthanos here. I think I was trying to. I was already so gun shy because of how much we were messing with each other.
Yeah.
As I said, I was trying to guarantee that I had 2 3-inch charges, but I had Callus and Toll's companions and the Kurnoth Sykes over here anyway. So if you had just redeployed one of the steel helms away, if I'd gone back here, I'd been okay, cool. Belthanos will still be full health. I'll still fight you over there with 2 units that are not going to die. And then if I get the charge, great. If not, but at least I have Belthanos at full health because I could have kept them out of range of the priority target.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. I think it's tough though because Belthanos being there is what made me save my 2 CP. Otherwise, I could have maybe redeployed.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's a perfect example of just slightly different ways of playing it, and it just cascading effect with how important commands are and how much of a finite resource they are, right?
Sure.
So
yeah.
It was cool here. Obviously, yeah, it was fun to shoot all the Fusiliers. Now, probably not as efficient as I was hoping for, with not really in this situation getting to leverage the shooting at the general's unit very much. I mean, one turn into Belthanos, I didn't, on your turn. But other than that, like, one unit was generally underperforming each turn because they didn't have buffs.
Yeah, but I think like they're underperforming damage-wise, but if you look at the board state, the way the board looked past turn 2 is a testament to the Fusiliers.
Yeah,
because we had a wide board deployment that turned into a long board deployment with this is Jordan's side and this is my side, because you were projecting this gigantic aura of, if I go there, Fusiliers shoot. Yes, they're not going to lift me in one go, but I don't want my Kurnoss compromised, right? Like I can't play attrition because I don't bring the models back. Like there's nothing I can, right? So sure, damage-wise they were fine. Of course, we could, but it's just more the board control, right? Like I can't come over here. I can't make the plays I want to make, especially because of stupid double covering fire. I tried to make a play. Look what happened.
No, it was cool. Definitely fun to see. And having Talia, it was great. Now, wish she didn't die, and we would have had a tie. But hey, that happens as well. But yeah, Jake, it was a blast of a game. Got to see the highs and lows of both armies, I think, and the ups and downs of AoS 4. So
absolutely.
With that, guys, we'll call it here. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed that battle report. And don't forget, you can get an extra report every week if you join our channel membership on YouTube. It also goes a long way to help support the channel, and we super appreciate it. But either way, we'll see you soon in another video.